So basically, we started off with um starting with Matthews, and I said that I liked his table of contents because it showed all the pages that we were going to be reading about and how everything was going to be set up. And then we went on to his introduction, and I read it, and I liked it because it introduced everything that was going to be in the book, and it was like he used like good vocabulary words and good illustrations to predict about to show the reader this book is going to be about rainforest and how it like how much like humans and animals and plants actually needed to survive. And then we went on to his body paragraphs, and I said that I liked his details, but his explanations were a little short. It needs to be a little longer and more detailed because when I read them, the details were fine. Just the explanations like they would kind of like go off and so short that like it didn't like really explain the detail like for his full potential. And so yeah. And then we went on to this his second paragraph, but I looked at this and I like this because it says this man harvest a fair trade coffee um crop. It is important to buy fair trade products when possible from a rainforest. And it shows like him like trading to get to harvest a crop, and then I read his animals, and I liked his animals because it actually like he actually explained and showed the details of how the animals desperately need the rainforest to survive. Because I liked it because one detail was the where did it start? According to the world According to World Biomes, scientists believe that there is such a great diversity of animals in tropical rainforests because they are one of the oldest ecosystems on Earth. The detail supports the topic because the detail talks about the animals' ecosystems and how the animals diversity. Based on the passage, the world biomes, it says animals in the tropical rainforest are specially adapted to live in a unique environment. And like I like that because he like explained that they live in this unique environment, and if the environment basically was gone, they wouldn't have nowhere to go. And then we actually used the same picture, and I liked how he used it and explained how this was a producer, a secondary, a primary consumer, and a secondary consumer, and then a decomposer. And then the plants was good, and he explained how the rainforest affects the plants by like it gives them sunlight and it gives them energy, and then it gives them water too because it rains there a lot and it's very hot, so the sun gives it energy, and then it explains how they adapt to like different areas of the rainforest so they can survive. And then he like did this illustration which showed how like these vines that like take nutrients from a tree, gets its energy from it. And the conclusion I really liked because if you look back in the introduction, it's like they fade off one another. They're like the conclusion was very good because he like explained everything that happened into the book and explained it in his own words. Like finally, rainforests can always provide products, sunlight, and an environment for people, animals, and plants. The rainforest is a very unique place because some people live there too. The rainforest has an important job in its life because the rainforest has to give people, animals, and plants what they need. And then he showed one of a food chain with what is this? Stinkwood leaves, Columbus monkey, hawk eagle, and bacteria. And he shows how like, they need one another to survive in the unique environment. And then his glossary was very good because say if like a person who read the book didn't know what adapt or bacteria or fungus, energy or canopy means, he explained them very good. Like adapt, develop a feature that helps a living thing survive. If a plant lives in the rainforest understory, then it has to adapt to the low levels of the sunlight, which is very good because like if he didn't explain it, someone would like think that adapt might be like a type of feature that an animal has. Well, it does, but or like say if they didn't know what bacteria is, Simple. One-celled living things. Bacteria help break down dead matter in the rainforest, and that's very good because if they got confused, they could go to the glossary and look up what bacteria means. And then this was his like rough draft, and then it went all the way to his first drafts. Do I have to read it?
No.
Okay. And then this was the sheet where we actually did all basically the hard work, and basically had to find details to put it together to make this book or nonfiction piece to explain how rainforests are important for humans, plants, and animals. And another thing that I liked about his book was he used a lot of citations from Kids Do Ecology Home, Lord Biomes, because that's where he got almost all his details from, and it was very supportive. And now people can like go to Kids Do Ecology Home and find out this stuff for themselves and do research, so they can write their own book. And then we went to what is it called again?
We went to like do the rubric.
Yeah, the rubric. And we explained that he had a good intro. I said that he had a good intro and conclusion in body paragraphs. Next time, make your explanations longer and more detailed. Nice text features like glossary and captions. He did use a lot of captions and his glossary was very good. Good punctuation, like oh my god. Yes.
And quotations.
Yes. Nice domain-specific words like environment and ecosystems. And he used other ones, but those were the two main ones that he used. I said a little more text features, like he used a lot of captions and like other ones like illustrations. It would have been nice. It would have been nice to see like maps or like graphs of other things. Good details, decent explanations, good telling where you got the details from. An introduction is clear. Also, your conclusion is too. And we both agreed that he landed his focus on 4 because the topic is clear and all details support the topic. There are headings for every new section. There are at least 4 illustrations throughout, and there are at least 4 text features. He did use a lot of text features. He used it for organization. He got a 3. Writing is clearly organized into paragraphs. Introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and conclusion. For development, there are at least 3 details and quotes that support the topic in every paragraph. There are at least 3 citations in each paragraph. There are at least 3 explanations in each paragraph. He did use the explanations 3, but they still were short. Each paragraph has an opening sentence, and each paragraph has a closing sentence. Introduction was clear, and conclusion is evident. He got a 4 on his language and vocabulary. Transition words and phrases are constantly used throughout the story. There are domain-specific vocabulary words, and there are grade-appropriate vocabulary words. And then for conventions, he got a 4 too, because I think that he got a 4 because indentation of each new paragraph, he capitalized the beginning of each new sentence, and he capitalized people, places, punctuation. He capitalized people and places, and punctuation was used at the end of the each sentence. Like you can say it again.
The birds question